Imagine a world where people tried to patent the idea of a flying bicycle. Sounds wild, right? But back in the late 19th century, inventors were dreaming up some truly bizarre and forgotten inventions that most of us have never heard about. Let's dive into a few of these quirky patents and the stories behind them. Picture this. It's the 1890s, a time of rapid innovation and wild experimentation. People were obsessed with combining transportation and flight. One inventor named John B. Dunlop actually patented a flying bicycle. His design included wings attached to a regular bike, aiming to let riders soar through the air. It never really flew, but it shows the sheer creativity and daring of inventors back then. Imagine the possibilities if that idea had taken off. Quite literally. The notion of a personal flying machine has fascinated humanity for centuries, and Dunlop's flying bicycle was one of the early attempts to bring that dream closer to reality. Then there's the story of Mary Phelps Jacob, who invented the modern bra in 1914. But did you know she originally patented it as a backless brassiere? What's fascinating is that her invention was a direct response to the restrictive corsets women were forced to wear. Her simple design changed fashion and comfort for millions, yet her name isn't as widely known as it should be. Before her invention, women endured uncomfortable corsets that limited movement and even affected health. Jacob's design used 2 handkerchiefs and some ribbon, creating a lightweight, flexible garment that offered support without the cumbersome structure of a corset. It was revolutionary, empowering women with both comfort and freedom. This invention reminds us how a simple idea can disrupt societal norms and improve daily life. Another mind-boggling patent comes from the early 20th century, the anti-eating mask. Invented by a man named Walter H. Ruggles in 1928, this contraption was designed to help people stop eating too much. It was basically a metal cage worn over the face with small openings, making it physically impossible to eat large amounts of food. A bizarre approach to dieting, but it certainly grabbed attention. Today we see all kinds of dieting gadgets and apps, but Ruggles' invention was a literal physical barrier to overeating. It's a striking example of how inventors sometimes take extreme measures to solve problems. While the mask might seem impractical or even cruel by modern standards, it highlights the ongoing human struggle with food consumption and self-control. One can't help but wonder how people felt wearing such a device in public. Moving to the world of entertainment, in 1885, an inventor named Thomas Edison patented a device called the kinetoscope. While many know Edison for the light bulb, the kinetoscope was an early motion picture exhibition device. It allowed one person at a time to watch moving pictures through a peephole viewer. This invention laid the groundwork for the film industry, even though it's overshadowed by later cinema technologies. The kinetoscope was groundbreaking because it introduced the concept of motion pictures as a form of entertainment. Although it didn't project images onto a screen for large audiences, it sparked a wave of innovation that ultimately led to the development of modern cinema. Edison's work reminds us that even the simplest inventions can be stepping stones to something much bigger. So why do these inventions matter? They show us how human creativity often pushes boundaries in unexpected ways. Some ideas were too ahead of their time, others simply missed the mark. But each patent tells a story of ambition and imagination. They remind us that progress isn't always a straight line, it's filled with weird detours and wild dreams. Innovation thrives on trial and error, and sometimes the most peculiar ideas pave the way for future breakthroughs. These forgotten inventions also highlight the cultural and social contexts of their times, reflecting the hopes, challenges, and values of the people who created them. Here's a fun thought. What if one of these forgotten inventions had actually succeeded? Could flying bicycles have changed how we commute? Would the anti-eating mask have sparked a new wave in health tech? History is full of what-ifs that make us wonder about the paths not taken. Imagine cities designed for airborne bicycles, with sky lanes and vertical parking. Would traffic jams be a thing of the past? Or consider if the anti-eating mask evolved into a high-tech device that helps people maintain healthy eating habits effortlessly. These scenarios might sound like science fiction, but every technological leap starts with a spark of imagination. Next time you see a weird gadget or a strange idea, remember these forgotten patents. They're proof that sometimes the craziest ideas are just steps away from changing the world. Which forgotten invention do you think deserves a comeback? Maybe it's time to revisit some of these eccentric concepts with a modern twist. Innovations often recycle old ideas, improving them with new technology and insights. Who knows? The flying bicycle might just be waiting for the right inventor to make it a practical reality. Or perhaps the anti-eating mask could inspire a novel approach to wellness devices. Inventors throughout history have faced skepticism and failure, but their willingness to dream big drives human progress. These quirky patents serve as reminders that creativity has no bounds, and that every idea, no matter how strange, holds the potential to transform our lives. So, keep your mind open to the unusual and embrace the weird. It might just lead you to the next big breakthrough.